films that would run before. You've got cartoons to get people on board. Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny bringing down the Nazis. The Ductators. So that was really, the film industry was incredibly important there. Executive Order 9066, the forcible relocation of anyone of Japanese ancestry from the West Coast. This is going to be challenged. Executive Order 9066 is challenged in the Supreme Court. Korematsu versus United States, 1944. And ultimately, the Supreme Court is going to say that the United States was justified in its actions. This is in the top 3 of the cases that most constitutional scholars say the court really, really, really got this one wrong. So what are the 3? Dred Scott, Plessy, Korematsu. Really got it wrong. So internment lasted until 1946, so even after the war. There was compensation made to people in the 1980s to say, sorry about that was bad. 3 big conferences in World War II. You've got Tehran is the first one, Yalta, and Potsdam. I think these are really important, especially for the way that we think about AP U.S. history wars, the political ramifications of the wars. So you've got Tehran, the decision is made. This is the first meeting of the big 3. Who are the big 3? Stalin, Churchill, and FDR. Okay, so they're going to meet in Tehran. Stalin has been pleading for another front to open up. And so finally at Tehran, the decision is made. We're now in a position to plan for the invasion of Nazi-occupied France. So this is the D-Day invasion, Operation Overlord. I'm talking with my hands. Do you see? They're landing on the beaches. They're going to climb, and then they're going to go out. And then they're going to close the ring, and they're going to destroy Hitler. We could do puppets of World War II. Okay, so that's Tehran, 1943. Out of that gets D-Day. Then you've got Yalta. At this point, this is after the successful D-Day, successful Battle of the Bulge, the last-ditch counteroffensive. Yalta is the last time that FDR, Churchill, and Stalin will be together, and they make the post-war plans. What is post-war Germany going to look like? What was the decision? Split it into 4. What are you going to do with Berlin? Split it in 4. And so that's the post-war plan for Germany. What does Stalin promise to do?
Help us out in the Pacific.
Free elections in Europe, and enter the war in the Pacific 3 months after the war ends in Europe. FDR dies, followed by Mussolini, followed by Hitler. Hitler is dead. And so then let's flash forward to Potsdam. Potsdam is now Truman's first time meeting Stalin, and that's the most important piece here. The men do not care for each other. Out of Potsdam comes the Potsdam Declaration. This one is directed to Japan. Surrender or face prompt and utter annihilation. 3 days later, the bomb is dropped on Hiroshima, followed by 3 days later, bomb on Nagasaki. Out of that, so you could really make the argument that the Cold War is going to really begin between Yalta and Potsdam, and that maybe to some extent, to a good extent, the atomic bomb was dropped not only just to end the war in the Pacific, but also to send a message to Stalin. So signaling some Cold War language even before World War II is officially over. Whew, we did it, team. Damn. Anybody have a question in the 30 seconds we have? Yeah. What's that? Truman Executive Order desegregating the military. Yep. And I can't remember the year on that one. 46 maybe?